Chapter 2. Call an ambulance. John fumbled for his phone, his grip slipping from the immense volume of blood that had covered his hands. By the time he finally managed to dial those 3 all-important numbers, he was nothing more than a shivering wreck. The wait for the ambulance seemed to tick by like an eternity, despite the fact that the flashing blue lights arrived within 5 minutes. The paramedics had to tear John away from Linda's side, but spent little time tending to her wounds. It was abundantly clear that she was beyond saving, and they pronounced her dead at the scene. The next 30 minutes were nothing more than a blur to John. It was as if he'd exchanged the same conversation with an endless number of people, paramedics, police officers, crime scene investigators. Before long, he was ushered into his bedroom to find a change of clothes. The next thing he knew, he was in the back of an unmarked police car, being taken to the station for questioning. While they'd not formally described him as a suspect, John knew how these things worked. He'd been on the other side of the desk often enough to know that. More often than not, the husband of a dead wife was the prime suspect in a murder case. He felt as if all eyes were on him. Eyes that he had worked with for years. John was left in a dank room for informal questioning, although it took them a while to find a suitable interviewer. They were keen to avoid any conflicts of interest, which was difficult given the fact that John had worked with the majority of the people in the station. Therefore, they drafted in a top investigator from a nearby city, a woman with no ties to either John or Linda. "Can you take me through what happened, please, John? Take your time," she said in a calm and soothing voice. He knew what she was doing, getting him on side. He'd done it 1,000 times. Only on this occasion, he knew that he was innocent. He didn't want to answer her questions. He didn't want to waste time. Every second that he was here was another second that the killer was getting away. Yet the more he pointed this out, the more suspicious he became. The only way out was via their line of questioning. He recalled the events as he remembered him, claiming that countless people could place him at the hearing and saw him walk home. He revealed that he waited downstairs for an hour before heading up and finding the body. "Did you hear anyone come in?" "No." "Did you notice the smashed bathroom window on your way in?" "No." "Was everything okay between you and Linda?" That last question hit John like a train. Who had they been talking to? Where was this coming from? She was going to twist things, but he couldn't lie. That would only make things worse. They likely already had the transcripts from their therapy sessions and accounts from their friends. It was no secret. Their marriage had been on the rocks ever since the accident 2 months before. Endless arguments, painful silences, a lack of any kind of intimacy. It was as if their marriage had been the true victim of his drink driving. He told the investigator. He told her everything. "Thank you for your help, Mr. Lockdale," she nodded, stopping the tape and collecting her paperwork. "Am I free to go?" "Can I see my wife?" John sobbed. "We will not be holding you any longer, so yes, you're free to go. Unfortunately, Mrs. Lockdale is currently undergoing a post-mortem and will be released to the family at a later date. You have my condolences for your loss. Please check out with Larry at the front desk and we'll be in contact if we need any more information." Go to Chapter 4.